Yo, this is gonna be a yapping video in regards to 2025 and 2026, and I'm gonna hit like key points and stuff, and yeah, but let's first talk about UFC and the boxing and combat sports as a whole. Review of the year, UFC wise, very good. It started off a little bit slow, then got better, really good, dropped down in quality a little bit, and then kind of stayed at a decent low level all the way until the end. Outside of the last card and the 6 week gap we're in, ugh, the drought, the 6 week drought. Boxing wise, actually was pretty good. Sorry guys, I have the sniffles today for some reason. Boxing was actually pretty good, even with Jake Paul. I think it's a cherry on top that his jaw got broken by AJ. Although AJ's crash and that stuff, I hope he recovers, and I hope he mentally and spiritually recovers from losing people around him. Anyway, moving on to the yapping part, because the yapping part is going to be long-winded. Long-winded. So 2025 as a total, 5 out of 10. It started off way better than it was. I predicted it would have been better than what it was in the end, and it wasn't. The only great victory I had was my health. Health increasing tiny bit, but the problem with that situation is I have a chronic illness that means it never goes away. And if circumstances change, like life circumstances change, which they did, then I get sick again. And I've been a little bit bedridden for 3 weeks until New Year's Eve now, where I purely ran on adrenaline, and that was awesome. But I'm gonna feel it later today because I haven't slept, and it's the next day, 7 o'clock, 7:30. I was here a year ago on this bench with sunlight as well, doing the similar kind of video. And I remember I spoke about fighting and all that kind of stuff. This year, my video is different because, one, the channel's going to be on an indefinite break for a while because I want to improve things. I want to study video editing. I want to expand outside of just like talking about fighting. I would like to show you guys. I'm at that point where I can say, damn, I can actually show some techniques and then try some of the techniques that obviously I don't know. Like, for anybody that's wondering, I did karate for years, but then I got sick and my body atrophied away. That means I have no more muscle. My muscle got rebuilt from the age of 17 till now. That means I'm indirectly, let me count real quick. I'm a 17-year-old child body-wise. That's why I'm a little bit small and thin and stuff. I kept growing past 16 because of the chronic illness I have, because mine is very severe. Lost my teeth because of it, not from boxing and fighting, which I wish that was the reason. I wish I could tell people that, oh, my teeth is busted up because of that. No, I was constantly throwing up, and on literally the strongest antibiotics and cortisones. I couldn't eat, and then also Crohn's disease means you don't absorb things correctly, meaning calcium just blasts out of my urine tract. It doesn't stay. And then also, I remember I was measuring my height since 2011 when I was 15. When I got out from being sick for 2 years, I was in hospital for 2 years, bedridden, worse than bedridden. I was in so much pain. Had surgery, all that stuff. When I got out, I didn't grow anything. Like height-wise, nothing grew. My weight, I was 33 kilograms. That means 70 pounds, 75 pounds body weight. The other day when we weighed a child, it's a family friend, that weighed more than me when I was 19, I realized how fucked my body is and how fucked, again, my situation was. Now, cool, at least I did hit the gym and stuff after school, and I remember I got up to 82 kilograms. That's like 170 something, 180 pounds, which is crazy to think about. If you guys really think about it, I bulked to a degree that most people don't. Anyhow, this is just a little bit backstory here. So, health-wise, I improved. Funds-wise, I improved. However, there's such a huge amount of money that was actually owed to me. I would have had a brand new car, spanking brand new car, paid off everything. And also the sound system related things, I would have been, miles ahead. I really already built my system up a lot for my other job, which is the other half of this channel thingy, this time capsule. I would have been nearly done with that system. I would have been starting the second one so that I can rent out for clients and stuff. But yeah, Moss. That is what happens sometimes. And the crazy part is this is multi-million bucks companies that didn't pay me after working my ass off, 2 jobs, till 2 a.m. every night, and still didn't get paid. And that's just a sign of the times. Which leads me to the triangle. The triangle of life, like I always say. But we're going to start with religion, because religion is above everything. So religion-wise, I had the goal of just improving my connection with the Lord, and I did that. Went to church a lot more, although it really got hard with the work thing, because my work doesn't stop. And yeah, glad I put in the effort, but something I'm going to work on this year. Time management for certain things, even religious-wise. And yeah, I don't want to blabber too much on this, because a lot of people will still judge you. You could have been in the church for 30 years. I think people will still try and judge me. It's kind of like a lot of fighters that we watch in the UFC and in boxing. A lot of these guys, they become legends. They have a legendary resume. They achieve legendary things. Like Terence Crawford is the biggest example in my opinion. I know we have MMA fighters like that as well, but when they reached a certain point, people flipped. They flipped on them. And now they are God's gift to mankind, when their entire careers they were hated. Up until that one point. Crawford wasn't. Even when he fought Canelo now, people still look down on him. And that's why when he retired now, I was like, you know what? That's a slap in the face of so many haters. So many people that still look down on him. Because, what fight was it? I forgot who he was going to fight. There was a guy in one of the divisions that he was going to fight. And people were like, no, he's running away from this person. And I was just like, this guy achieved something that no boxer has ever achieved. In 4 weight classes. And you guys also, and how he won every fight, the last 2 fights, outside of the Madrimov fight, crazy wins, and how he won was insane. But still, people doubt him, and I feel I have that kind of cloud above my head as well. Constant doubters. Now, years back, I used to thrive off of it, but when I got really sick again, that really just poisoned me. So I understand with religion. I feel I always see that same cloud pop up, but I always say it's their problem. It's a you problem if you judge me for how strong or not strong I follow my religion. If I'm a decent person and working on it, no matter how long it takes, then I say, for me, that's fine, and for other people, that's fine as well. So deal with it. Anyhow, other stuff on the triangle here of life. Up top is your health. Now, health-wise, my goals for 2026, well, let me go over 2025 first. I wanted to be a little bit more healthy. Like, I wanted to be able to fully train. But you know what? I'm happy with what I achieved. Oh yeah, and I wanted to be able to lift all the speakers that I have with ease. That is not happening. That is not happening, and not for a long time. Like, this year I realized, when you're running with, I think my 18-inch subs is 180 pounds. When you're running with an awkward object that is that kind of weight, it really, it just destroys you. And unless you are a 200-pound behemoth with monkey arms that can stretch around the building, then that's always going to be hard. It's always going to be hard. And I always laugh when people tell me, like, listen, no, it's easy to lift these things. And then they lift them, and then I'm like, okay, help me carry them for one of my gigs. And let's say 5 or so car lengths. Somebody carries that thing 5 or so car lengths. They start dying. That's when they start feeling it. And then I laugh because I'm like, I do a little bit better because I carry them more often. However, that's just how it is. Only one person this year shocked me. The person just grabbed one of these big 18s and just ran with them. I'm like, how the hell is he doing this so easy? But then I remember he's like 1.25 times, or 2.25 times my body weight. And I'm like, it makes sense that he's this strong. He's a big lad. Anywho, I wanted to be able to train, do some weights and stuff. Couldn't. This year, my goal would be get healthier with my Crohn's disease, if the circumstances surrounding my life brightens up a little bit, and then just train a little bit. I'm at a certain age where I'm not going to be able to train crazy hard, but just a little bit. And also on key things, because I've been really focusing the last 3 or so years when I got sick on muscles that you keep in the long run. A little bit of a backstory. My grandpa passed away in 2022. He was an incredibly strong man. Like, he's many things, many negative things, but he was an incredibly strong man, even until the last day, moment that he was here. And the first things that really started to go with him was definitely his legs, but then again, he had a back injury that led to him being semi-paralyzed, or it was paralyzed, but he somehow trained himself to get around it. Still insane to me. And so his legs was the first part that went. Other than that, it was his hands and his shoulders. And funny enough, arm wrestling and all this grip stuff on the internet for gym and stuff has been popping off the last few years, and that's for good reason. It's because if your hands go, then you have nothing. You have nothing. If your hands get busted up at 40 years of age, you cannot work, you cannot look after yourself, you cannot eat. So hand stuff hand stuff, you see. That is what I want to focus on a lot, because another aspect of fighting is having strong hands. If your hands are not strong, then you will not be punching solidly. Because you can think about it like this. These are a lot of loose bones and stuff. So if the surrounding muscles and tissue isn't strong enough, then if you hit something, they're going to roll and bend and all that kind of stuff. And then your ligaments will get torn and all kinds of shit like that. That's bad. So strong, heavy hands will hit hard and just deliver whatever power you have better. Outside of that, if you have an incredibly strong grip, it will transfer to wrestling and grappling and stuff like that. It will transfer to anything. If you're catching something that's falling, if you're holding something for work, if you're carrying things, it will just work. So longevity on the hands, that's one thing. Another thing, teeth. I want to get these teeth ripped out. For anybody that doesn't know, my Crohn's disease destroyed my teeth when I was in the hospital for 2 years. And also age and, again, malabsorption from my Crohn's disease. That means, yes, my teeth are gone. Cooked. And I want to get rid of them because, just like the doctor said, it looks like systematically my teeth, no matter how well I look after them, no matter how many supplements and stuff I get in, is just going to fall out. It's just going to wither away. So best idea is get most of them up top out, and then start working on the bottom ones as well. If I was very rich, I would get those that screw in, but are so much more painful and also millions of times more expensive, like literally millions of times more expensive. Even the dentist himself said he has only one of those teeth and he can't afford more. And that's insane because dentists are paid very well in our country. Um, Anywho, that's all that I want to do health-wise. Oh yeah, and maybe gain some weight. I gained some weight late in this year and then lost it again. And I'll be honest, it's mostly water weight and fluff, which means tiny layers of fat on top of everything, which is not beneficial. It's actually bad, but oh well. That's my health goals. 2025, I achieved all of my health goals outside of 2 or 3 things. Yeah, 2 or 3 things. Yeah, so what? Um, hmm, what else? What else? What else? Wealth. Okay, wealth-wise is very complicated because I'm owed a lot of money still, which, if that somehow gets paid, I would be shocked, but doubt it. Wealth will be depicted by the economy and political situations worldwide because we are in an indirect world war that people are just turning a blind eye to because everybody's stressed and we don't really want to focus on this negative crap. And also people are focused on stupid stuff in between, like just focusing on Epstein when China is literally about to invade Taiwan, which could start World War III any day now. And then within every country there is civil uprising. Every country, like literally every country is having issues. And the problem that might happen then is everybody's going to be fighting amongst each other and everybody's just going to kill each other. And if that ever stops, whatever's left is going to be what's left, and that will be economy ruined, people's lives ruined, so much pain and tragedy for crap. Just being honest, a lot of times crap. Yeah, mostly crap. Anywho, so let's say the economy is good, then I have 3 or 4 business branches that I want to climb down, which can work. It won't be millions every month, but it will be enough. Friends of mine, they're also branching out, and that's something I like. All of my friends. One of them is overseas in Netherlands, which he's doing very well. And I'm going to talk to him when he's here in January. And I'm going to tell him, like, listen, please don't be stupid. Start investing. Start getting rental properties and stuff like that. Start managing the stuff so that you get more money than your job. And then you still have your job as security. Start a retirement fund and get all of these assets in line to make you money. And then do it for your wife because they're getting married next year or whenever the money's there. I know this person, he thinks like me. It's like, yes, the ring was there, but that doesn't mean the wedding is instantly there because I want to do it proper and smartly. Anyway, I'm going to talk to him because he's one of the first people I want him to succeed. Another friend of mine here, he's a coder. Gonna push him this year. I'm gonna be like, listen, get your other qualifications and start, because he's already thinking about it. He's starting to diversify his portfolio and all that kind of stuff. Start doing that stuff. Like, do it not just for yourself, do it for every individual person in your family, and then help them build the same kind of thing so that there's a bit more security for literally your entire bloodline. And I'm going to do the same thing for every person that's in my circle as well as myself. The only problem is, and the difference is I'm a self-starter, meaning it's a little bit different. It will take a little bit longer. And then also, it's a bit shooting in the dark with a lot of stuff. If it works, it works. But this year, I'm going to be giving my faith. I'm going to keep my faith. I'm giving my faith to see if I achieve different things. Like, why not? Then, with the last part of the triangle thing, relationships, love, all that kind of stuff. This year was actually very interesting, but in a way, in a negative connotation, because I had a lot of interest from a lot of females, all this kind of stuff, all kinds of ages. The only problem was it was for the wrong reasons, like booty calls and like attempted booty calls. 2 or 3 girls, which it's just a sign of the times. I thought I couldn't see that they just wanted to use me for money. Then I'm like, nah, you're not going to be able to do that. Nope, I don't care what your situation is. That's not a way out. That's what I wanted to tell them. And with the booty call stuff, like, I'm fixing my religion, and now women are just coming at me with the booty calls and stuff. It's like, cool, but not cool. I want more. Do you understand? Like, and yes, you can mitigate it and maybe change the situation a little bit into something to grow. But then the problem is, this person never in the first place wanted things to develop. So you're trying to force something, and then you feel it, and things just wither away. Other people, which I hate that this happens with me. I meet somebody, let's say online. It's just as an example. We connect, we talk amazingly on like online and stuff, but the person doesn't feel fully comfortable when in person, or doesn't want to meet and just hang out. Because my motto in life is, if you guys can't be calm together, then you can't do anything together. Like, if you can't just hang out and connect about multiple topics, like and connect on a deeper level when you're speaking about things, or just doing anything, like even taking a hike. If you guys can't do that without, how can I say it, trust and all that other stuff, then it's just not going to work. And that was my big problem this year. Getting certain people just comfortable with just hanging out. And that's another thing. These girls with the booty call stuff. Now, I try to finagle this situation so that we just drink a coffee and talk. But they don't want to listen. It's just constantly just trying to jump on top of me. And I'm just like, please, can we not? And then I get the cold shoulder. This person gets angry. They block me because I didn't want to have sex and stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm used to women complaining that men do that stuff. I'm not used to women just jumping on top of me like this. It was so frustrating. A friend of mine went through the same situation, and he's also working on his religion. And we are both like, listen, well, 2 of my friends, sorry. We are like, listen, we want things to be different. We want things to be a bit more clean, pure. But yeah, and then the ladies that we want things to start off like that, things just don't get rolling. So the bachelor's life is where we're sitting right now. Very happy how many times I didn't initiate or accept these booty call kinds of situations. And yeah, like, see, a lot of people at my age would be like, no, you need to get married, you need to get children, all this stuff. And I'm like, have you seen the economy? It's torture for the child to bring a child into this world. And then on top of this, have you seen the situationships and situations that I've been getting into? I don't think it's a smart idea for me to try even get into one of those relationships with these people. These women just wanted to use me literally for my Russian sausage. They didn't want to experience me or experience connection and all that kind of stuff. They wanted, the deed. And I'm just like, listen, cool, but pump the brakes. And it's so frustrating. So frustrating. Anyhow, the goal for this year, relationship wise, oh yeah, and then family and stuff. Ugh. Started off well, but business, well, our situation's complex, but business and how can I say this? Okay, business and trying to help shot me in the foot. Like, some people do not understand there's a difference between criticism, um, critical thinking, and criticism. They do not understand there's a difference when somebody's being critical of you or critical of a situation you're doing. Like, personal naivety. If you are naive to something and somebody tries to correct you, it's not an attack. And, you know, yeah, and then also making friends and stuff. So, all right, because of my Crohn's disease, I'm in a lot of pain often. And let's say I met this new person and we're kicking it off as friends. And I see them in town on a day with a lot of pain. How I can describe it is, if anybody's had very sharp migraines, like literally those ones that you can't really think straight and you feel dizzy, or you see stars and that kind of stuff, it's kind of like you have that constantly, and nothing you drink, nothing you do helps. But imagine it in your whole abdomen, as in from your heart down to your pelvis, and the pain shoots down your knees, it shoots up your neck, literally into your ears, because your nerves are getting so frustrated with the pain that you're literally clenching your teeth and you can't focus. You're literally not thinking straight. That's how much pain it is. And now you need to socialize. Are you going to be able to socialize? Hell no. You're going to be standing there being like rolling over your words, slurring your words, not being able to put together sentences and stuff. You're going to feel ass. And I meet these people and I can see them wanting to chat to me. Like, they are so happy to see me again. But I can't communicate with them properly because of this literal block. This sensory overload that I'm experiencing that just started hitting me like 30 minutes ago, and it didn't stop. It's just ramping up. It's just getting worse. And I predict actually the next 2 days are going to be like that. And it freaking frustrates me with women that are interested, that I know would be a great girl to be in a relationship with. The same situation happens. I see them in town. They are so happy to see me. They want to talk. But I'm just in so much pain. And it literally just destroys me. So what ends up happening is I blurb a little bit and I'm like, listen, I'm in a rush and I have to go. Get home, fall down on the couch and suffer, or try to work while I'm suffering. At least when you're working on the computer, you can just keep your mouth shut and just push through. When you're talking to clients or you're talking to somebody that likes you, or a friend, it's different. You need to keep the ball rolling. And with that kind of pain, it's not possible. Not at all. And we live in a world where people do not understand. They do not. They feel if you are doing anything less than great, then you are an asshole. You're bad. You're horrible. Same thing with if you're tardy because of your health. There's no understanding. There's no understanding. So that's just life. That's why, relationship-wise, I feel actually this year was kind of ass. Kind of bad. Because booty calls and stuff is just fulfilling a need, and that's not good. It's not how things should be. So that's bad. Then I could have gone into a relationship 2-3 times this year, but it would have been forced and it wouldn't have been right, because it would have been made on pretenses of sexual activity, which means that if I get sick and sexual activity goes down, or just general activity goes down, then this person will get tired of me and just want to leave. So you see, it's just bad. I need somebody else. I need somebody more emotionally intelligent and understanding, from that side. The rest I should be the one taking or sorting out. I hear a goose or duck, but I don't know from where. Anyway, I'm happy the sun is coming out. Fucking finally. Other than that, guys, very long video out. Tell me in the comments if you guys want. I don't, honestly, this is a time capsule thing. What is your goals for 2026? How did you feel about the UFC or your sport of choosing? And yeah, cheers.